Okay, this is the 5th update of my O-scale train layout, and now I am working on the yard section primarily. I picked up some insulation board from Lowe's. It was about $13, and it was a ½ inch by 4 by 8. I was going to go with an inch thick, but it's as thick as that thereabouts. So I'm just, instead of using this all around the layout, which I may do, I can just use plywood to elevate that and then put the scenery around it. So the reason why I have to have the track elevated is for one, to put trees in, two, it's easier to model than plywood, and the third reason is if you have your track elevated compared to on the ground, you can have slopes going from the tip of the track downward and not only upward, so it gives it a three-dimensional effect. And makes your layout look bigger. Don't ask me how. The trick's of illusion. I redesigned the yard, and I like this arrangement better. It's a lot cleaner. And this is pretty much how I'm going to scenic it. I'm going to be having a shed in the middle, the water tower there, a faculty building 1, faculty building 2, yard tower, and I'm going to be having, those are, I guess, hills, and that is MTH, what you call it, it's not a signal. So yeah, I'm going to be wiring that to a toggle switch along with everything else. And I'm going to have a control panel there so I can take it off, take the yard section out, still making it portable. So I'm going to go ahead and put a visual placement of where everything's going to be on the board. This is about going to be right there. I'm going to be getting MTH's built up engine shed. It goes about over 2 feet, so it should end about right there and going back. So it's enough to fit an SD70 ACE with plenty of room. And then because I have the CSX F40, I decided to put small switching section there for that. There's not going to be shed for the CSX F40, but it looks more prototypical than the other yard. This is the rolling stock that I'm going to be using that I have so far. All the other rolling stock that I choose not to use either wasn't the right road names in the area, or just didn't look scale. So I want mine to look pretty good, so I'm only going to be using scale rolling stock. So yeah, that's about it so far. I'll be scenicking it this weekend, or at least trying to get some of it done. And I do have the way all the other walls are going to be putting. Let's start with this yard, or this section. Those are the two O31 switches leading off into the yard, and that's that wall. This section will be the part right here, and pretty much there's just going to be a lot of hills, and that I'm going to be buying 2 of MTH's 1/1 signals, and I'll figure out how I'm going to wire those later. And the back wall, oh wait, no, that isn't the back wall, that's the wall over there. as soon as it comes in from the bridge section, I'm going to be having, not sure if the camera can catch that, an I-75 pass over with 2 roads underneath it and a ballasted bridge. And for that, I'm just going to cut a small section out and then put boards so it pretty much almost looks like a U in the layout. Pretty much it's just going to be scenic along there, lots of trees, some hills along the back of it, and a small tunnel section that should be over in that corner. Then the section for the back wall, which I'm going to try to make town, more roads in town. That's a road. I'll be using the crossing. It's over there for that. That's the end of the tunnel. 072 switches to create a passing siding, more hills, and possibly a station there with another 2/2. That's where the other 2/2 signal goes. So that's about it. I'll possibly make an update tomorrow, and that's where I've gotten so far. Watch my other videos, comment, rate, and subscribe.